Hey friends, welcome to a new vlog. Behind me you can see some balloons with numbers that I believe are facing the wrong way because it was my birthday yesterday. I am now 32 years old. So, you know, getting older, getting wiser, all of those good things. I took a 4-day weekend for, as a gift to myself, I guess, for my birthday. Felt nice to have some time off, although I wish it was longer. I can always tell when a break wasn't long enough, when I'm not excited to go back to work and instead I'm like, oh, I wish that I had more time, you know. But, you know, we move on and we keep working through it. And I will book a longer break for sometime in the coming months. Anyway, today I'm doing a thing with my team that's like a hack day, kind of, because A, we're remote, B, I'm saying letters but holding up numbers, 4 fingers, whatever, we'll move on. Second point is we're a small team as well. So there's not gonna be a whole lot of cross collaboration and stuff like that able to happen. As well, because I guess third point, we are in different time zones too. So that all makes it harder, but it's kind of like an experiment. We've not done something like this before at ConvertKit, but I just felt like my team needed it to break free from the day-to-day. They're all really great at what they do and they get super focused on their scope of work, their projects. And I think it's just good for us to break free from that every now and then, to see the bigger picture, to allow new ideas to sort of into our brains, that sort of thing. And I hope that this hack day will give good space for that. And also that it'll help us focus more on the stuff we need to do during a 6-week cycle that we work in at ConvertKit, knowing that there's a hack day coming where you can explore that new idea or new thing that you want to make happen. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about the possibilities of it, and I know already there's lots of things I could do better in having organized this thing. One, perhaps not having it be the day that I come back from a break. But anyway, I've encouraged everyone on the team to spend at least a couple of hours today working on something new, some new ideas, some new thing they want to do that they think will help us increase our reach and affinity with creators. And the goal is to work on something that you can reach a reasonable finishing point with during the day. And that reasonable finishing point doesn't have to mean it's completely done and ready to ship. It's more you've got to a finished point of the idea and you can accurately demonstrate its value to someone. Yeah, talk about what you learned about it. I don't know, it's gonna be fun, I think. And everyone's got really good ideas that they've come up with to work on. Me, myself, I have spent my morning, it is 2:30 now, I've spent my morning catching up on everything that I missed while I was out and doing my Monday things that I do as a manager, reviewing people's check-ins and updating metrics and stuff like that. And I have meetings again starting in 2 hours. So I only have 2 hours really to work on a hack day project for myself. So I thought it'd be fun to vlog this process as I go, so that you can come along with me and see what I'm creating, how I get it done in this very, very short time period. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. What I'm planning on doing is creating some sticker GIF things for Instagram. That's what I want to do. I want people to be able to type in ConvertKit into the GIFs thing in Instagram and some cool creative GIF things show up. I don't know, we'll see how we go with it, but that is the plan anyway. So I'm going to dive into researching now so I have a good idea of the process for getting that done, and then we'll do a sprint designing some things, animating some things, and making it happen. Let's get into a hack day. Okay, so it looks like the process is going to be fairly simple. I need to apply for a brand Giphy account. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I don't care if you say that's wrong. But to do that, I have to have 5 GIFs uploaded to the channel of the Giphy account that I just made for ConvertKit. So let's get making some GIFs first, and it looks like then I can apply, and this might not be a thing that is literally ends up in Instagram today, but I was just saying, for a hack day, it doesn't have to be completely finished and shippable, the project. At least I'll have a plan and be ready. So I know that one of the gifts I'll do is The Future Belongs to Creators. We have this animation of it turning on like a neon sign. We also have one of it sort of like writing in. So I might do both of those. And then for the rest, I want to stick with the handwritten like theme, I guess. And I'm going to get my iPad, which is currently propping up the camera, so excuse me while I attempt to pick this up. I'm going to do some drawing in Procreate for it. Procreate is a really great way to make handmade gifs pretty easily, and so I'm going to have some brainstorming time and make that happen. And music is, of course, as always, powering me to hustle through it. Because I wanted to get the brand account thing started, I just made 5 gifs from animations we already had. We've got, well, wait on, let me see. How can I best show you? Let me do this. We've got this one here, which is our logo. So I figure it could be something that people can use whenever they're talking about, I don't know, doing work in their ConvertKit account, on their stories, things like that. I also did this version in case that's a better like color for the background of their story. Then we also have this here, The Future Belongs to Creators, writing in on black, quite cute. And then there's this one here, which is a neon version. You probably can't see it in this light very well, but it'll look cool on a colored background. It's yeah, the neon sign turning on. And then there's this one here, which is the same thing, The Future Belongs to Creators, but in white instead. Yeah, I needed 5 to get the account underway, and so that's good that I had 5 options there of things to animate. So now that is going. Apparently it says, congrats, your application has been submitted, so we'll see what comes of that and what might have to happen next to verify it or whatever. And now it is writing in Procreate time. I've already had one idea of, like, I'm trying to make it things that people would want to use as a GIF, you know, so I'm thinking that people usually use GIFs for reactions or like, I don't know, adding to things. So I'm trying to think of like, okay, what would creators be doing and like where they would want to use these GIFs. So I'm thinking that maybe if they posted after they've sent an email out, a GIF saying check your inbox could be cute. I'm also gonna do one that says side hustling. I think that could be cool. We've got to do a create every day because that is a motto that we're very fond of at ConvertKit, so that has to be in there somewhere. I don't know, I'm gonna sit and ponder and think of some other things and start some drawing. Are you ready to see my first GIF that I've made myself? Let me bring it up on screen. Check it out! Isn't it cute? So the idea is that this is one, like I said, I think before, that people can use when they post about sending out a new email. It's got a little heart that disappears up. Making GIFs is surprisingly easy on Procreate. So essentially what you do is you have a different layer for each frame of the GIF. So what I would do is like draw it once, duplicate the layer, and then change things slightly. So like to start with, I changed the opening of the envelope, and then every 2 frames I also rewrote the text so that it ends up doing that, you know, thing how it looks like it's moving a little bit. And then all you have to do is come down here to animated GIF. Ooh, and if my screen will focus, you can see here that you can adjust like how fast you want it to go. Well, see, that's like way too intense for me, so I kept it at the 6 that it starts off as. Had a transparent background, and yeah, it's super easy to get the GIF exported. I'm gonna move on with some other ideas now that it feels like this is working. Okay, so I managed to make 2 more, I believe, in the time that I allowed myself to work on this. Here's one of them saying subscribe to my newsletter so they can, you know, use it for their swipe up graphic. Yeah, when they're linking to the newsletter. And this one here, this is going to be hard to see, I think. Let me try and do. Here we go. It says side hustling that people can use like alongside, you know, an image of them working. So I only got 3 new custom GIFs created in my time meta available, but there was also the 5, you know, that I used with our existing animations. So, you know, that's the fun of a hack day, right? Is that it's a time boxed project. So that's what I got done. I will follow up a little outside of the time box to check in on this. Oh, I just checked my emails and we were approved for a brand account. Great. So that means I should be able to get this like wrapped up today if I put in just a little bit more time after all my meetings. We'll see if we can make that happen and I'll come back to you then. So it's much later now, but here are all the GIFs on the ConvertKit Giphy page that I've uploaded today. This neon one isn't looking great when it gets like compressed into their GIF form, but I don't know, it's gonna be fine for now. We'll see how it goes. But I wanted to show you a little more detail on how I have been doing these frame animations. Let's open this one. I'm going to take you through frame by frame how this side hustling animation goes, because I think it's a, as you can see from the final GIF, if it focuses, see how the spark sort of looks like it's emerging and then disappearing? So we start here with some little dots, right? In the next frame, the side hustling gets bigger and the lines get longer. The next frame, side hustling is bigger again, and the lines are at their like full width. On the next one, maybe I should overlay so that you can see the difference there. The next one, they're getting shorter, but in the opposite direction. So it's sort of like the line starts here and then ends up here. That's how you get that like spark effect. I hope that makes sense. The next one, they're even smaller again. And then in the next one, they're gone completely. So that's how you get the sort of like looking like it's going boop. It's my hand gesture for it. Yeah, I want to test it out now. I've tagged them all. I've gone in here and added, as you can see, these tags to each thing, like with what I think people would be searching to find it. I don't know if I showed you this one that says subscribe to my newsletter. Yes. I think I did. Yes. Anyway, I put a bunch of tags on, like just trying to go for like, what would you be searching where a GIF like this would be useful, you know? And I guess what we can see here is, ooh, I should make a link in bio one. Yeah, that should happen. But yeah, what we can see here is what I guess it'll be up against. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. But my phone is flat, so I'm just waiting for that to charge so that I can test searching Instagram and seeing if they appear. Okay, phone is working. Let's go on Instagram and see what happens if we type ConvertKit. Does it show up? They're there! This is so exciting. Focus, focus, you need to see this. Come on. Ta-da! Okay, so if you want to use these GIFs that I made today for yourself, all you gotta do is go on Instagram and type ConvertKit and you'll find them all. Yeah, the Future Belongs Creators neon one is not looking great, but that's okay. Ah, this is so exciting. The side hustling one I think is my favorite. Cool. Isn't it fun when an idea works out? It's great that the Giphy approved the account so fast. I don't know. That was a good, I think that was a good hack day project. And I think that in Giphy we can also see results on how many people have used our stickers. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see as well. And if it turns out that people use them and like them, then it's like a sign that I can put time into making more. But yeah. I feel like this was good for like that 2-hour gap that I had to actually work on a thing. I feel like I accomplished something. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the rest of my team does for Hack Day. But I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for my journey of our Hack Day and what I got done. I think that I will come back to you on Thursday after we've done our team presentations and tell you a little bit about what the rest of the team did for their Hack Day projects. So see you then. Okay, it's time to catch you up on how Hack Day went. So we, like I think I said, we took over our regular brand team Thursday meeting and made that like Hack Day presentations. everyone had 10 minutes to present and for like, I don't know, people to ask questions, and then we spent the last 10 minutes of the meeting talking about how Hack Day went in general. And I was so impressed with my team. It was really fun to see what they chose to think about, what they chose to spend their time on, you know. We had projects ranging from like a plan to get involved and share content from Black creators during Black History Month next year. Our storyteller Issa wrote a whole story based on one of our creator sessions, and you might see that pop up on the creator sessions Instagram as some little like yeah, feed posts with story snippets. But that was fun. Someone else on the team basically spent the day doing some user research, talking to a ballet dancer about a business she's starting and ways that ConvertKit could help her. And then Kayla spent some time designing some new like merch ideas for ConvertKit basically. It was really fun, and I'm glad we did it. The feedback I got from the team about it was that they really liked like the no pressure of it. So I feel like I did a good job in explaining that like it doesn't matter if the ideas don't get put into action or if it fails or whatever. Like I feel like that went well. There was some people on the team who were like, well, you know, we've generated these ideas and now it'd be sad not to put them into action. And so I have a bit of work to do there on just reminding the team that like we're always going to have more ideas than we do time and resources. And so these things are great for exploring, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we can then go and like bring every single thing to full like fruition. So I don't know, that might be a thing to make sure I address better next time. The other main like critique about it was that they wish that there was more time to prepare. Fair enough, I'll make sure I do that better next time. And also getting some more collaboration going. It's really hard because of our time zones, like I said. And I think next time I really want to try and extend and get more teams involved. So yeah, that is a little like summary of how our Hack Day went. I think it was definitely worth it. It achieved what I wanted it to, which was not to necessarily get like all these new ideas to implement, but to give the team a break from the regular day-to-day and to like zoom out, think bigger picture, think of some new things for a little bit as well. So that was good, and I'm happy with how it went. And let me actually just check. So the gifs you saw me making, check it out. We have had 36,000 GIF views on the ones I made, and this one is by far the most popular. So that's fun to know that people are using that. I wish that you could click through and see like where it's being used, on what stories or whatever, but hey, that's still cool to know that people have found it and are using it. The subscribe to newsletter one is going well as well. Cool, very, very cool. I'm excited to expand on this set. People liked the idea when I presented it to them in the meeting, and yeah, make more over time. But for now, we're considering it a win. Thanks for following along with me on this Hack Day experiment, I suppose, and I'll let you know how it goes in future months. I think we're gonna commit to doing these once every cool down. So for us, that'll be like every 8 weeks, I guess. One of these will happen. So stay tuned for the next one, I guess, and I'll bring you along for that and let you know if I've managed to get other teams involved and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, thanks for hanging out and have a good week, and I'll see you in the next vlog.